What you're about to hear is not a work of fiction. This is a real case documented by the famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. If you believe that objects can't be possessed, after this, you might change your mind. In 1970, a young nurse named Donna received a gift from her mother, a rag doll with black button eyes and a stitched smile. It was a Raggedy Ann, just like any other. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, at first. Donna took the doll to her apartment, where she lived with her roommate Angie. She placed it on her bed, not thinking much of it. But over time, they both began to notice something deeply disturbing. At first, they were just small changes. The doll would appear in different places from where they had left it. Sometimes it was on the couch when they clearly remembered leaving it on the bed, or sitting with its legs crossed when neither of them had positioned it that way. Then, they started finding it with its arms in different positions, as if it had been moving on its own. The most unsettling part was when they began to discover small scraps of paper with handwritten messages. The notes said things like, "Help me, my soul is trapped, don't leave me alone." The scariest part? Neither of them had that kind of paper in the house. Angie and Donna were scared, but they tried not to overthink it. Maybe it was just their imagination. But then, their friend Lou began having repeated nightmares about the doll. In his dreams, Annabelle would stare at him from the corner of the room, and then try to strangle him. One night, while sleeping on the apartment couch, Lou woke up with a horrible feeling. He sensed that something was watching him. He opened his eyes, and there she was, Annabelle, standing at the foot of the couch. Before he could move, the doll jumped onto him and he felt invisible hands pressing against his throat. Lou tried to scream, but he couldn't breathe. He felt the air slipping away, until, suddenly, the attack stopped. The doll was lying motionless on the floor. Lou ran out of the house and convinced Donna and Angie that they needed help. Something evil was inside that doll. Desperate, the girls contacted a medium who told them that the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins was trapped inside the doll. According to the medium, Annabelle had died in that place years ago and only wanted love and care. Feeling sympathetic, Donna and Angie decided to let the spirit stay in the doll. That was their biggest mistake. After accepting Annabelle, the paranormal activity intensified. They would hear knocks on the walls in the middle of the night. The lights would flicker for no reason, but the worst incident happened to Lou. One night, Lou heard strange noises coming from Donna's room. Thinking someone had broken in, he opened the door slowly, and what he saw sent chills down his spine. Annabelle was sitting in the corner, but something else was there. He felt a dark presence behind him. Before he could react, something pushed him violently to the ground. He felt searing pain in his chest. When he looked down, he saw 7 deep scratches on his body. 3 long claw marks, 4 shorter ones, as if something had tried to tear him apart. At that moment, Donna and Angie realized that Annabelle was not the spirit of a little girl. It was something far more sinister. Terrified, the girls reached out to the famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. After studying the case, the Warrens came to a terrifying conclusion. Annabelle was never possessed by a child's spirit. In reality, a demonic entity had used the doll as a vessel to manipulate its owners, waiting for the perfect moment to possess one of them. The Warrens performed a house exorcism and took the doll back to their occult museum in Connecticut. But the story doesn't end there. On the way to the museum, the Warrens' car began to malfunction. The brakes stopped working. The engine shut off randomly. It was as if Annabelle did not want to be taken away. When they finally arrived, they placed her inside a blessed glass case, where she remains to this day. But even there, strange things continue to happen. Ed Warren used to warn visitors to never mock Annabelle. One young man ignored the warning, knocked on the glass and said sarcastically, "If you're so powerful, do something to me." On his way home, he got into a motorcycle accident. He died instantly. His girlfriend, who was with him, survived. And she later revealed that just before the crash, he had been laughing about Annabelle. Many believe Annabelle's story is just an exaggerated legend. Others claim she is one of the most dangerous dolls in the world. But, would you dare to stand in front of her and test your luck?